Check, check, check. 1, 2.
Check one.
1,
I
2.
got lots. Don't worry, JB.
I can't get wood.
No way.
No,
For your campfire?
for my campfire.
Yeah.
I'm out of wood. Now, the last pile of wood
Unlimited
I
wood.
got, the last pile of wood I got was from Duff,
Yeah, I supplied you wood.
and it didn't burn too well.
It's because you didn't know how to do it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably that's
That
it.
wood had my beautiful fire that you guys saw the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Same wood.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's been dry in a barn for like 3 years.
Well, I got it about 3 years ago.
Well, how would that not burn well? That would be like fantastic.
I
Well,
got
maybe
it
it
when
was-
he first cut it.
Maybe it was fresh wet at that time.
It was.
It's
You know when
perfect
you go
now.
camping and you get, it's like
Parkwood?
they have a little piece of paper that actually specifies
Yeah.
that it's like kiln dried.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
But then you go to your lot and you try to light it and
Yeah.
it like starts fizzling immediately.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That sucks.
Parkwood's the worst. You got to find your little private spots on the way in. Any park has them.
Parquet flooring?
Anywhere.
You can,
When we went down
you can
to,
burn that
remember
stuff?
we went down to Paul Smith's and we camped,
Yes.
and there was a couple private sellers of firewood on
Yes,
the
and we
best
fixed them up.
firewood ever.
Yeah,
right?
that was good,
Yeah,
eh?
yeah.
That
Well,
was
I got
good wood.
lots.
That was good wood.
I got lots. Are we gonna get
Should
into
we-
the
should we
whole
start?
Yeah, we should start.
opportunity first? or-
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Warning, this podcast will be an injurious waste of your time. Warning, this podcast will be an injurious waste of your time.
Yeah, good morning. I'll take a medium with 2 sugar and a medium regular, please.
Morning, boys.
Duff, JB.
Duff, DDT.
It's been a couple of weeks.
It has. We've been
Okay.
traveling.
We've let
Yeah.
our listeners down.
We have.
No new
Between,
content.
me being sick and you guys being on the
It's
road.
been patchy.
Yeah.
We had
well,
a
it was
March break,
right?
Yeah.
March break, and then
It was March break.
Well,
So I
if you
should
guys have
apologize,
If
I
you guys
guess.
have nothing, yeah, you apologize
Yeah,
first.
I'll
Sorry.
apologize. Yeah, to our good listener for being away for the last 2 weeks, and well, we're back today here at Scotty's Corner Diner in Bell's Corners, Ontario, Canada.
we changed it
Ottawa.
up. Duff and I might fall asleep during.
Oh my God,
during
the
the
food you
cast
guys had, that
with
was
the size of
huge.
the omelet we just had.
Yeah, I changed mine up too. I didn't get the Western
You
sandwich.
got what we normally get.
Yeah, I got what you know. It was really,
And
really
we,
good.
we upped it to an omelet.
Feeling a food coma
Oh my
coming on.
God, I guess
Might have to have a nap before I go to the gym
that
later.
was crazy huge.
How many? Excuse me. How many eggs do you think were in that?
There's
omelet?
3, I think.
Oh,
The
okay.
menu says 3. Yeah,
Oh, at least
I had to
3.
be more than 3.
I don't know.
I was eating, and I was
Lots
getting
of
tired of
cheese,
eating.
lots of veggies, lots of
Yeah.
meat.
What kind of omelet?
I got the veggie omelet.
I did the
veggie.
meat eaters.
Oh, that's what the meat eaters was.
Yeah.
I thought you ordered a pizza this morning.
No,
Oh, it was fantastic.
All right.
although I would had pizza. I love pizza.
Who doesn't? Really?
You know, I could eat it every day.
Yeah.
I could eat
So
pizza
many
every day.
varieties.
Yeah. I
In the
could eat-
morning, best is after a night of drinking and partying. You got the cold pizza from the night before.
Yeah, maybe.
That's still sitting on the table.
I'm
Pick
past,
that up,
I'm
eat
past that
that.
point.
Yeah, I'm past that.
Really?
point,
I'm
too.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not past
After
that.
a night of bourbon drinking.
Yeah. If that
Heavy
cold
bourbon
pizza is still
drinking.
on the table with an open box, the dog has licked it.
Heavy solo bourbon
Yeah.
drinking by yourself
Exactly.
and then
have-
ordering pizza.
I drink alone.
Do you have a drinking opportunity?
I do.
Or do you have a drinking problem?
I have a drinking opportunity.
So
You should tell that joke.
Speaking of opportunities, yeah, we're going to get into an opportunity for JB and DDT in a moment, but
Yeah, it's the-
JB for once had a joke that wasn't a dad joke.
Yeah, you
Can I
guys
share?
actually
That's
laughed.
very
Yeah, it's
true.
the-
Yeah,
sure.
we
The
actually
guy
did.
that walks into his therapist's office and and starts complaining about all his problems, and the therapist goes, you should really replace the word problem with the word opportunity.
I like it.
The guy thinks about it for a while and he goes, yeah, that's right. I have a really severe drinking opportunity.
Still laughed after
know,
the
it's-
second time around.
It's perfect.
It's just pretty epic.
Yeah. Because where do you find the opportunity in that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas my opportunity for you boys is
Oh.
very, very achievable. And I actually think there's probably a lot in it for you. And what is this opportunity, you wonder?
No.
Duff and the fair Stacy, Duff Jr., we're planning a little trip this
Duff
summer.
Jr.
We can get into that another time. But Duff's vintage garden is going to need maintenance while I'm gone. because I heard from the landlord, Ziggy himself, he's no fan of the weeds that seem to accumulate in this garden.
Yeah, how come you have so much weeds in your garden?
Because it's very tough to maintain a freaking acre of gardens.
Because you can't get DDT.
Is it that much? Is it that much garden?
No, it's like, you know what? It's the size of the diner here, I'd say, roughly.
Because I seem to remember that little one kind of off to the side.
Of the barn cave?
The one closer to where your dad has his...
Antiques and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, you say little. I think that's the one that is mine. Like, there's a big chunk of land there, but I'd say it's about the size of this room.
Okay.
So within that, I had massive amounts of carrots and potatoes.
I guess in a giant field, it
looks small.
Yeah.
It's all relative.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's the garlic patch in another corner. Anyways. So my little chunk of garden paradise, it's going to need some monitoring over the summer when I'm on my trip. So
Yes.
I propose a couple of trips out there for you two clowns to enjoy some butter tarts and hamburgers and salads and
Do we get the keys to the camper?
potentially even stay the night. I can provide a tent.
Are you bringing the camper with you?
No, God, no.
No.
To California?
Yeah.
Oh,
No? Why not?
So
imagine the gas there.
Oh. The F-150
So
studio.
how long are you gone? I guess we need some details.
Undecided
And
for
when?
sure. Well, the departure date, I believe we're leaving around July 23rd. July 23rd.
Okay.
So basically,
What day is that?
so around August 1st would be a great. It doesn't have to be the weekend either.
What day is the July 23rd?
23rd's a Sunday, I think.
Oh.
If you guys could be there the following weekend and then the next weekend, that'd be wonderful. And I don't want one weed left unturned, or Ziggy will be planting grass there next year.
I may or may not be in. We may actually be going away that week.
Oh.
So
For a whole week?
well, typically we try to go away
It's going to fall on DDT.
tied to the
Yeah.
long weekend in August.
You'll have to motorbike out there.
So the first weekend that you're leaving, so actually the weekend, I don't know.
We're leaving before that weekend.
Yeah, the weekend of the 29th and 30th is a regular weekend, and then the following
Okay,
weekend I
perfect.
think is August long weekend.
Yeah.
So we might actually be able to work something out.
We
I
could
have to
maybe
check.
get out there
I have
early.
to check out also.
I mean, the weeds should be under control by then.
I think it'd be fun.
Well,
It's
I
an
was-
option.
we were
Halfway
supposed to
through,
to
we
Italy-
can go.
We were supposed to go to
Yeah.
Italy
How many times would we have to go?
twice, he said.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I mean, if it's once, I think that's doable too. I think once could do it, especially if you did it kind of right in the middle and didn't
However,
mind going through the week even.
if we do get butter tarts, I may want to go back again.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
So do a half-ass job.
Very true. Yeah, we'll do a half job, and then
We'll
we'll
do
have to
half,
come
and
back.
it's like, wipe our brow, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't believe Duff's making us do this.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be-
Oh, I guess we'll have to come back. In a
And
couple
honestly,
days.
that wouldn't surprise
Make sure
anyone.
you have the butter tarts ready again.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise
Yeah.
anyone. It'd be just like you guys loading up 2.5 wheelbarrows of manure and calling it a day last time.
Oh, that was me.
When
I
we-
was
when we were
working.
getting-
DDT worked hard.
I was working hard.
I showed up a little late, but I came. At least
You
we,
did.
we
You
had a
showed up.
fire.
You showed up for the food.
That's what she said.
So I would like to. I would
Showed
like the
up for the food?
Podbeanskis to have it on record that we were offered the camper. No, actually, we were offered a tent.
tent.
But we were offered unlimited wood to
Yeah.
be able to burn and make a fire.
Right.
And a nice barn cave where you can put your tent in case it's raining.
Nice barn cave.
It's perfect. It'll work.
Oh, you
That
can
might-
put the tent in the barn cave?
Yeah, for sure.
That might be a fun evening.
Yeah.
All right.
Couple fun nights.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, we'll think.
Do
about
I have
it.
a drinking opportunity?
Yes.
Bring the bourbon.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll see. Tremendous opportunity right
Okay,
there.
well, that's good.
So back to our
back to
self-declared
the podcast.
travel and sports episode
Yeah,
of the podcast.
yeah. What do you got for today? That's what
I
you were
was-
saying yesterday.
yeah, I was thinking,
at our pre-podcast meeting. Coffee.
So much sports to talk about and travel. I think those are two amazing topics.
Yeah, because you guys did a lot
we
of
stay
traveling.
focused on sports and travel because I can't wait to share my trip to Georgia with you
I
guys.
did a little traveling myself.
Recently?
Yeah,
Where?
Paul Smith's.
Right, for the pickup for spring break.
Yep.
Did you stay the night?
No,
Just there and back.
there and back.
Get some Five Guys on the way?
Got some Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, speaking of there and
Love the
back,
Dunkin' Donuts.
you
What?
guys seemed really surprised when I went to Montreal and came back the same day.
I can't believe you did that.
Yeah,
But you
that's,
guys have gone. You guys have frequently gone.
Thanks, Brianna.
I shouldn't say that. I'm not surprised you can drive 200 kilometers and back in one day, but I thought
That's
you went
what I
out.
did.
I thought you went out for a nice dinner with a few beverages. I would not want to drive back after that. Right, Brianna?
No. I had one beverage.
One beverage.
That's it. Yeah.
What, you didn't even have the JB, whatever it was called.
The JB Armageddon.
Yeah, JB Armageddon.
Right.
So we were at a restaurant. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, Joe Beef.
No.
It's a fairly famous Montreal restaurant. Directly beside it, there's something called Liverpool House.
Okay.
So which is the same owners.
Downtown, St. Catherine Street area.
Downtown-ish,
How
yeah.
close to Chez Paris is it?
That's a different part of Montreal that you hang out in.
Is that a
yeah.
bakery?
How close to Super Sex is it?
Oh, now he's
Yeah.
being very blunt about it.
Exactly, yeah. No, I knew right away.
Okay.
No, this
Chez
is a nice
Chez
area of
Paris.
Montreal. So anyway, so we had a really nice supper.
Okay.
I had a beer. My wife had a beer, and then we kind of hung out for a bit. And
I'd
then
be
we
so
drove
tired
back.
at that point. That's all I'm saying is I would have stayed the night probably. And I had a couple beer maybe.
Yeah,
Or 4.
it was fine. We
Yeah.
kind of wanted to come home. And
Yeah.
That's
all
true.
good.
One beer, you can't just have one. That'll put you to sleep.
What'd you do during the day? What was the focus of the trip?
So
Skiing?
we didn't leave early. We left at, I don't know, around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Oh, that's fine.
We got there. We had lunch at a place called L'Avenue in Montreal, which was delicious. And then my wife went shopping. And
Did you stop at the dance studio in Rigaud on the way?
No.
You ever seen that one?
No.
I don't know. I think it's a dance studio. There's
Is
a
it?
big sign
Oh,
of a
yeah,
dancer.
yeah, I have seen that one.
Oh, yeah.
You're
The
right.
danseurs.
You know, Rigaud.
Rigaud.
No, we
No,
didn't. We
okay.
didn't stop in Rigaud this time. But we went to.
Rigaud is,
so I went to the.
Is that right by the border?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went to the Arsenal Arts Center and went and saw a Pink Floyd exposition.
Oh, right.
Which was essentially like a walkthrough documentary
That's
of the
cool.
band and all sorts of artifacts from their inception till today, and it was
Nice.
I really enjoyed it. My wife went shopping during that time.
Oh, you broke up for that.
Yep,
Awesome.
She's not a big fan of Pink Floyd.
Oh, jeez.
Me neither. I probably would have went shopping too.
I was in there for almost 3 hours. It was awesome.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
it was really good.
So you guys go down together and then separate for 3 hours.
Yep.
That's cool.
Then we had a nice date lunch, nice date supper, and then we drove home.
What'd you have for lunch?
Lunch at L'Avenue was kind of a brunch place.
L'Avenue.
I had this egg skillet, which was very similar to what I ate
Okay.
now, but upscale.
Runny or cooked?
It was cooked.
Can you get it? Can it be more upscale? I don't understand.
Well, it was like
Would it have gold on it?
It
I
was,
don't understand.
It was like a really nice skirt
They had like a
steak
nice plate, and,
and
they put a little.
it was served in a
decoration
cast
around
iron
it.
pan.
Okay.
And they had like Gruyere cheese, and
Kinda like
stuff. So it was
Cracker
like
Barrel.
it was a bit and skirt like cut up
Cracker Barrel?
skirt steak. And
Did
my
you say
wife.
Cracker Barrel?
Yeah, like upscale. Like, well, they serve stuff in cast iron plates too.
My wife had eggs Benedict, and the eggs were like it was a fancy ham, and it was like served on French toast. So it was like
prosciutto.
prosciutto.
Is that fancy ham?
No. Yeah, you're gonna give the Italian a heart attack if you pronounce it that way.
Prosciutto.
How do you pronounce it?
Prosciutto,
Prosciutto.
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 You can
Wow.
have that with your fajitas. There you go.
That's
So
like
it was a
that's
really-
Like, I'll have some chorizo sausage.
We
on
had a
that,
really
too.
nice day.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a really good day.
How was the weather?
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And that compares how to the Dunkin' Donuts pit stop for you?
I guess there's no comparison. I feel almost embarrassed to
No,
have said
I
that
love. That's one of my favorite
Hey,
trips.
a fresh donut
Yeah.
is will equal pretty much anything.
Oh my God! The
I like
Dunkin'
their
Donuts.
friggin' coffee. I don't
Yeah,
know what
they
it
have
is.
really
It's
good
not
coffee.
like
You're right. Very
why.
true.
I don't know. I really like it.
Dunkin' Donuts coffee tastes like the McDonald's coffee here. And,
Yeah, a
and
little
the
bit. Yeah.
McDonald's coffee in the States tastes
It's
like
shit.
crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awful.
It's terrible.
And the Tim's coffee in the States is comparable here.
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
comparable here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I felt fancy when we went to Montreal and we actually stopped at Starbucks on the way out.
Oh,
And I don't like their coffee anymore.
you
I
know
don't
what
know.
you should try? And
At-
I am
at
not
Starbucks?
promoting. Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
not promoting Starbucks in any way because I'm generally not a fan.
Yeah.
But they will do. Well, I guess it's just called an Americano, right? No. When you order an Americano at Starbucks, it's a drip coffee, like through a whatever, typical coffee.
Right.
But if you ask for a coffee via the espresso shots, It tastes really good.
Okay.
The last time I got
Americano
two
should be
espre-
espresso.
It should be, but I don't think it is. I think your regular coffee is like wherever drip.
Well, Americano is just a long espresso, I think.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I think
with
so.
water, half.
Yeah.
with
But I
water.
don't know. I don't know. Like the last time I was there, the barista, who's a friend of the show, he set us up with 2 espresso shots, and then I saw them just fill it up with water.
Did you get it for free?
I did. Yeah.
Oh.
Half shot of cream, half shot of sugar. It was the best Starbucks coffee I ever had.
We don't get show perks.
No,
No.
I've
You
never
get
gotten
show
a show
perks?
perks.
You got to get out more and say who you are.
Yeah.
It's the
Oh,
one
did you
in
tell 'em?
Westboro.
You tell them you're Duff from.
I'm not
Cop
going to get
Car
into
Coffee?
it now, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think you guys know this story, but
Oh.
maybe forget. Anyways, I want the free coffee, so I don't want you guys really going there and taking them. So that's fine.
But when I go there, and then I'll tell them, I'm DDT from.
You were very close to
Car
this place when you had
Coffee.
your contract work down that way.
Oh,
You know
okay,
the one
yeah.
right on the corner?
Yeah,
Near-
yeah.
that one. Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah. So what do we got for today?
it's the travel and sports focused podcast.
Oh, right.
So while you guys were touring Montreal and Saranac Lake, Duff, the Fair Stacy, and Duff Jr., we were off to Savannah, Georgia, and Covington, Georgia,
Nice.
for spring break.
Yeah.
Thanks to JB planting the seed in our head about Savannah, we took the leap. Yeah, and we went down there for 4 days.
I love Savannah. Just love it. It's like so close in my heart. I get this awesome feeling. It's just special.
We loved it. And
The Spanish moss everywhere.
Everything.
Oh,
Like
How was the weather?
The weather was amazing. Another neat thing that came to us was that it's not really a spring break focused destination, whereas North Carolina and Florida are.
they're party places.
Yeah, so when we go there, and there's nothing wrong with that, but when we go to Florida, you're guaranteed better weather, but a little more partying. North Carolina can be hit or miss, which we love. Wrightsville Beach is still one of our favorite destinations. But Savannah had it all. It was a little bit further south, so the weather was a little better. You're always comparing the other places, right? So Savannah was like low 20s every day, sunny.
Oh, that's nice.
We got our beach day. We had an amazing little, I won't say amazing. We had a good Airbnb, like a house in the suburbs of Savannah.
Were you closer to Tybee Island, or was the Airbnb in
We
Savannah?
were in, the area was called Thunderbird, which is basically a suburb of Savannah. We were closer to Savannah.
Okay.
We were a 5-minute drive to downtown Savannah and maybe 15 minutes to Tybee Island.
Okay, like close to the waterfront kind of thing, more
inland, more back kind of. But no, we loved it, and the highlights of that part of the trip would have been the moss on the trees, walking around, the history, the architecture,
Just those squares.
the squares, the public spaces. Hey,
It's unbelievable.
amazing everywhere. Coffee shops everywhere, good food. Yeah, really, really like Savannah. You ever been DDT?
No.
No. And then we picked up,
I have
Well-
been to Atlanta, though.
loaded up the F-150 studio, and headed towards Atlanta
Okay.
to a town called Covington, Georgia. Now, what's Covington famous for?
I didn't know until you told me
Covington.
a few weeks ago.
The Hollywood of the South. Very good. Very good.
Oh, really?
Multiple films and movies have been shot
Oh,
there.
really?
Yeah. They have a whole park dedicated to it with
Did
like
Stacy
monuments
go,
and stuff.
Did Fair Stacy go shopping and you were touring the
We
movie
were
sets
all,
for 3 hours?
No. We were all equally into learning about it, but what drove that particular portion of the holiday was Duff Jr.'s love and fascination of the Vampire Diaries.
Oh, right.
So the Vampire Diaries
Oh, that's when
were
I
shot
asked.
there.
I thought it was True Blood he was drinking.
Nah, not True Blood, no.
Because that was no True Blood might have been like Louisiana or something
it?
like that. Yeah.
For all I
Another
know, it
Mississippi,
could have
maybe.
been shot there too. Like, I can't believe the movies that were shot there.
Well, that's why I was telling you guys to go to Leopold's Ice Cream, because one of the owners, I think, or one of the owner's kids, works in Hollywood, and the place is plastered with artifacts and movie
visitors.
posters of all of the things
Yeah.
that person has been involved in.
Oh, I
and
see.
it's like super interesting.
Huh.
Yeah,
Well, now you tell me.
I did tell you.
You just told me it was good ice cream.
Yeah, but I told you that too.
I don't remember
Long
this
time
other
ago.
part. We probably would have went for that. because we're not huge ice cream fans. But
yeah, that was. I remember the picture you sent of Duff Jr. with his
blood,
Fake blood.
yeah,
intravenous blood drink
It's
for
a drink,
$10 US.
And I was like, is that True Blood? And you're like, what's True Blood? Is that like Vampire Diaries?
He was probably really happy though.
Oh, he had a blast. But I tell you, like, you know what it reminded me of? So the fair Stacy and I, many moons ago, we drove to the Texas-Mexico border in my old F-150, bench seat,
Oh,
not
wow.
a king cab.
Nice.
That was
Love
epic.
it.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah.
And we slept in the back of the truck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we did. We
How old
camped
were
in
you
the
guys?
back.
At the border there?
We would have been
You see the migrants?
around 28, 29.
That's an epic
Just before
trip.
it was great.
Did you see, like I said, did you see a lot of the
I
migrants
told you
coming?
this story before.
You
It's
did?
probably worthy of a quick recital
Yeah,
right
it
now.
is, yeah.
So that
I'm
trip,
interested.
I know it's the travel
I'm
show.
usually not interested in what you have to say.
Well, we
but-
could venture off
Yeah.
on the travel show, of course, but we scooted down through Nashville.
Segue.
We went through Nashville. We went through Arkansas. We went to all these states we had never been, right?
Now, why is it called Arkansas and not Arkansas?
And then we made it to Texas and places like that. And one funny thing was in Arkansas. I was dead set
Arkansas.
against buying. I was dead set against drinking the local water.
Why?
Because I just was always worried about local water supplies, because I had heard there was like contamination in a lot of these backward towns.
Hepatitis?
So we bought water at Walmart, and we're sitting in the hotel. We mixed it up a bit. Hotels, camping, truck, whatever. And there I am drinking my water out of the water bottle from Walmart, and it said, source, municipal drinking water source of Little Rock, Arkansas. So it's like I was drinking water out of a bottle I paid for.
right there.
Which is right there. Yeah, that was a little thing I'll never forget. And it made me think since. So anyways, yeah, right to the Mexican border. We camped in Big Bend National Park in the back of the truck. And there were all these little javelinas running around, which are like wild pigs. It scared Stacy. She didn't want to pee too much overnight. But yeah, we threw some stones across to Mexico. We we went across one night. And this is the story maybe you're wondering about.
Yeah.
We had to walk across a bridge to Mexico, which a lot of the tourists were doing. And I've never walked into a country, or entered a country with zero reception, like no security or passport control, nothing.
Really?
Like we literally walked across and there was nothing. I'm not kidding. And this would have been when I was around 30, so like before the year 2000, right? Nothing, I swear to God. We walked across and you're just instantaneously in this town. And you walk around, you buy cheap stuff, and have a couple tacos and a few cervezas, and back we went.
Really?
Yeah, but
On the way
here's
back.
Here's the funny. No, here's two funny parts about that. So the bridge is like a mile long, and it's got fences up each side that actually bend a bit over the top. So we start walking across this bridge to Mexico, and about a third of the way across, it bends a bit, so you can't even see back to the States. And we look ahead, and there's these 4 or 5 Mexican guys that hop the concrete barrier from where the sidewalk is onto the road portion. They're angling right across towards us in the middle of this bridge, and there's no one around, no cars or anything. And we're a little bit nervous, right? But we're irrelevant to them. They hop the barrier into our sidewalk, and they climb the fence like Spider-Man right in front of us. They flip over the fence, and they drop down into this marsh, like right before our eyes. We look down, and they're gone. So they snuck into the States.
Wow.
Like they would use the bridge to get across, down into the marsh, and then they would...
On the state side, is there a border?
Well, hang on. So then they just infiltrate in somehow, right? Maybe they had contacts, whatever.
Right.
So we have
Tunnel
our
or
fun.
whatever.
We come back, we walk in, and the States has a thing for sure.
Right.
It's got the arm down across the road, a border guy's like, hey guys, where are you coming from? We're like, Mexico. Right, we're coming from, he's like, you don't look Mexican. Well, oh yeah, no, we're from Canada. We drove down. He's like, yeah, have a good day. Like, just lets us in, no problem. Yeah, but yeah, no border control at Mexico. Saw 5 illegal migrants hop the fence in front of us. Super cool. Anyways,
Yeah. That's interesting.
back to 2023, Covington, and the Vampire Diaries tour.
Is it a nice little town?
It is.
Putting aside the fact that they have a lot of movies there.
they're a town that embraces the movie industry. So they provide tax breaks. They welcome anyone and anything to go there and shoot stuff, right?
Very smart thing to do.
Yeah, unlike Almont, Ontario, who seems to put hurdles. So, yeah, we'll get to that another time.
Okay.
They shot a few movies, but then they started asking for too much, and now the movie companies won't go there. Movie companies are not going to bend.
No.
Like, they'll go wherever they're most welcome. So anyways, Covington has the welcome mat open, and why they go there is because it's Anytown, USA. They got a beautiful big public square in the middle with restaurants and businesses around it, and historic mansions and beautiful wide streets.
So lots of opportunities for different kind of shots.
It's everything you'd picture for like Anytown, USA. So yeah, like the Vampire Diaries shot, I think, 7 seasons there, and there's spin-off series and everything. There's a diner right in the main square called the Mystic Diner, which we had to go to. It's featured prominently in the show all the time. We did the tour. We saw everything. And the standout for me, I told you guys about the porch, remember?
No.
So you got to ask me about the porch.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on the tour, you stop at all these houses and unique places where they shot film. And at one house, there's a porch, which I guess a lot of stuff was filmed on.
Right.
Private property.
Oh.
But the company thought it was so epic that they asked the homeowners if the people could go up onto the porch. And they said, yeah, sure, but maybe $10 each. No problem. No problem. So to this day, there's one stop on this tour where you can pay $10 to go up onto the porch to get a picture and sit in the swing. Okay? Now, apparently these homeowners knew nothing of this when they bought the home, which I find extraordinary.
Yeah.
Because, again, to this day, there are 2 tours every day that visit this house with over 50 people on average per day paying $10 each to go onto this porch.
So who gets the money?
The homeowners.
Oh, well, there you go.
It
Nice
has
passive income.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
$500 US a day, every day. And it's not like it's intrusive. You know how long the tour's there for? About 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And you don't go in the house. You just go up on the porch, you take your picture, and down you go.
Yeah.
I
hilarious.
can't believe it.
That should be a Duff.
Do
money
the math.
hack.
It is. Well, yeah. Buy a house that people actually want to visit and get money off them.
That's kind of a unique opportunity, though.
That blew my mind. And just think, right now, here we are having our breakfast at Scotty's Corners Diner in Bell's Corners.
Yes.
And someone is standing on that porch paying $10.
So is this a money hack?
It's a friggin' money hack.
So just for fun, because you were bringing this up, I want
film company.
Well, I was, the movie, the TV show Reacher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
filmed in Covington.
Well, no. So I just looked it up for the hell of it because it's in Georgia. They say the show, right?
It's set in Georgia.
Yeah, it's small town Margrave, Georgia is where it's filmed.
Yeah.
But ironically, it's shot in Ontario.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In Port Perry, Toronto, and Pickering is where it's shot.
You know the show on HBO, The Last of Us.
Yes, I'm watching that.
Yeah.
I'm actually I'm almost done. I have one episode left.
Yeah, it's good.
That's
shot in Alberta,
Calgary. Yeah. It's good.
It's super funny how there's setting and then there's where, right? So Covington is like Mystic Falls is the vampire town, and it's in Virginia on the show. But anyways, here's a quick list of things shot in Covington.
Okay.
Vampire Diaries, Dukes of Hazzard, In Heat of the Night, Remember the Titans, and Netflix's Sweet Magnolias are just a few of the hundreds of films shot right here in Covington.
What about
the Hollywood of the South?
Yeah. What about Forrest Gump?
Forrest Gump?
Yeah. Was that maybe
Forrest
shot there?
Gump was shot there, I think, because I think I saw a big sign in the
that was
public
supposed
park.
to be Georgia, right? He was in.
The Walking Dead had some Covington stuff too.
Yeah, that was shot in Atlanta, I think. I believe
it was set in Atlanta for sure, and I think shot there. But Covington is about an hour away from Atlanta.
Okay.
Dukes of Hazzard. The 12
the Dukes of Hazzard was
the Dukes of Hazzard's old. I don't think it was a big deal back then, but
maybe it kind of kicked everything off.
Yeah, it might have. Anyways, I'll wrap up the Covington spiel, but I really liked it. I think the first thought I had, which you guys cut me off on,
Oh.
On that trip to
Sorry about
Texas, we stopped at Graceland. And it was this day is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Elvis's house.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, there was a bus of Japanese tourists crying over his grave. Like, literally.
Really?
It blew my mind how into it they were, right? So this trip was a little bit like that. To think that this town has busload after busload of people going there, spending money, doing the tours for a show like Vampire Diaries. Crazy. It's amazing.
It's too bad about Elvis. I mean, his
Elvis.
Wasn't Lisa Marie? Didn't she pass away? And
I don't know.
And somebody else from his family,
just recently.
There's
actually.
been a good. We saw the latest Elvis movie. Pretty interesting. Pretty sad, obviously.
Yeah.
But Graceland itself, oh my God, what a tour!
Really?
Yeah.
What like?
You couldn't go upstairs though, right?
I think the tour went everywhere, from what I remember. And what blew my mind
I think
on the tour was it was cutting edge. Like at the time, this house had he had multiple TVs. He had a squash court. I don't know how much he used it.
No.
Not towards the end, anyway.
Not towards the end. And the best part about that tour was this room where he'd hang out with his buddies, and there was a red phone on the wall with no buttons, no dial or anything. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, he'd pick up that phone and he'd say 3 words. It's chicken time. And he'd hang up the phone, and half an hour later, a bunch of fried chicken would be delivered.
Really?
Yeah, that's what the tour guy said.
So he had a direct line to
Almost
Kentucky
every
Fried
night,
Chicken.
they'd be in there having their bourbon and their other stuff maybe, and then everybody would be waiting for Elvis to pick up the phone to say it's chicken time.
Like I said, he had a direct line to KFC.
He had a direct line to chicken, man.
Or Popeyes.
That was the coolest thing about that I remember, anyways.
That's funny.
Yeah,
It's too bad that it ended that way, for sure.
So
It's,
sad. Taken advantage of, and killing his body with substance abuse.
Exactly. Well, that put a downer on that.
Not unlike a 60-year-old DDT with his bourbon.
Substance opportunity.
Substance
Opportunity. Yeah.
60-year-old.
So are we sticking to travel, or are we getting into sports? What's the plan? Where are we?
Well, I don't
Half an
know.
hour?
I think we were going to talk about some of our summer plans.
Yes.
We were?
Why don't we just stick to travel?
Well, I don't know. You were going to go. You were talking about going to Italy. You're talking about going to California. I know we're doing Kenora, which is a little less exciting, but
Epic.
Lake of the Woods.
Lake of
and all
the
that
Woods,
stuff.
baby. Some of the biggest bass around that exhibit live in that lake.
I'll show you a big
really?
bass.
Show us. Catch one, man.
Yeah.
And
You're off to Italy?
Yeah.
I'm not a big fisher.
No, we're not.
Don't think you're going?
No, we're not going.
Well,
Why
you
not?
said you were going.
It is very expensive just
Why
for
don't
the
you just
flights.
send the wife?
And, well, we're going to go next year.
Oh, you are you?
Yeah.
For sure.
Don't put off to next
it
year
in.
what you can do today.
I don't think you got that.
That's
It's
not
not
the
going
right
to get any
expression.
cheaper. It's not going to get any cheaper, I doubt.
You know what? I priced it out. So, my wife, she wants to fly direct to, originally
do you-
she wanted to fly direct
That's
to,
your problem right
What do you
there.
expect?
to La Mezzia, which is in southern Italy, near her hometown.
Yeah, get a private plane for that, for heaven's sakes.
Almost.
Does
It
anybody have
costs-
family still over there?
Oh, yeah.
That you can stay with?
Absolutely. They have a house there.
Ottawa to where?
Ottawa it's called La Mezzia.
La Mezzia.
La
There's direct flights from Ottawa to La Mezzia.
Well, no, it's Ottawa, Toronto, La Mezzia.
Ottawa, Toronto to Toronto. Why would you fly twice in Toronto?
No, Ottawa, Toronto. Ottawa to Toronto.
He said Ottawa, Toronto to La Mezzia.
No, Ottawa, Toronto, Toronto, La Mezzia.
No, you said Ottawa, Toronto.
Let's rewind the
Oh,
tape.
okay.
No. Anyway,
Fact check.
so you fly direct there. So I priced it out for 4 people, right? So myself,
God.
my wife,
Probably
2
$8 grand.
Yeah.
$9,500
Just for the flight.
just for the flight.
Yeah.
Now you can fly cheaper if you fly to Rome out of Montreal.
But
For
the
example.
memories are priceless.
I would never expect to fly.
Priced less?
Like, you're going for a long duration trip, so you should have no issues with a few extra stops if you can save thousands, right?
Oh, well,
If you could do a few
you save a couple grand. On
Yeah, then I would
Yeah.
do that. And then you got a couple grand for a car rental.
Yeah, so it's
whatever.
about $7,500 if you fly Montreal, Rome.
I thought you would save more than that, actually.
Yeah. No, it's about that now. But I don't know. I mean, if you can book it early enough, perhaps it's
Well, make sure
much
we
cheaper.
talk before then, because if I do another trip, I'm still going to need people weeding the garden.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
I'll let you
tell
know.
Elena, you're not going if Duff needs his garden weeded.
Yeah,
We were
mention that.
thinking, we were hoping to go. So my sister's currently in Japan.
Yes.
So we were hoping once my daughter finished her school at the end of April that we'd either go to Japan for a couple weeks or we'd go to Europe for a couple weeks. However,
Nice plan.
my daughter got a co-op job, and as a result, will be very shortly after her exams will be starting her co-op job. So she will not, unfortunately, have the opportunity of traveling with us very much this summer unless we do like a camping trip here and there. So Duff and I were actually chatting via email this week about Lake Placid because we may do a Canada Day long weekend
in Lake Placid.
Or something like that, like a camping trip, because
And
she
July
would-
4th.
she would be able to come with us at that point. But so we're doing a trip in Kenora, which with my wife's whole family, which in part is to bring some of her dad's ashes to Kenora, because that's where they kind of spent their childhood and stuff. So we'll be driving across that part of Canada to Kenora. So
Sorry, I was on Strava there commenting.
okay.
I missed that.
So we're driving to Kenora.
To
To bring some of my wife's dad's ashes.
and you're waiting to the end of
Kenora.
August, so
This will
your
be
daughter can come.
mid-August. No, she can't come.
Well, she can't come for
She
sure.
can't come to
Oh,
that.
that's too
yeah.
bad.
So any week trips that we're taking,
Okay.
which is sad, but anyway. So that's our kind of our main trip, and then we may go to Wildwood, New Jersey again to just do some
like that.
camping, ocean, boogie boarding, that kind of stuff. That just always is like a perfect time away for me. So
Yeah.
Still with the boogie boarding, eh?
I love it, man. I love the ocean. Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah.
Did you ever get people staring at you because you're a
An old
55-year-old
man
boogie
now.
boarder?
You know
Yeah.
what? Everybody's boogie boarding down
Really?
there. Yeah.
With your Speedo.
Yep. Especially with the Speedo. Everybody wears Speedos.
What color?
I don't know.
Yellow.
Just depends on
Yellow.
the day.
Ah.
Depends on my mood.
Rainbow.
Mostly it's blue. I
That's
don't know.
weird. That is weird.
Yeah. No.
So the Lake Placid thing, I can't remember. You're shooting for a weekend there at some point. but-
Canada Day weekend.
Canada Day
'Cause-
weekend.
July 4th?
Because July 1st
Independence
is
Day?
a Sunday, so we get the Monday
know, like-
off.
Yeah, so you'll have a
You
tough
know
time
how
booking
expensive
something that
that's going to
weekend.
be?
So it is. Everything is pretty booked.
Yeah.
So typically, you and I have run into each other
Yeah.
at the KOA.
Yeah.
As you know, the KOA is moved now
Yes.
to another spot.
So I'm wondering if the old place
It's
is
all booked.
accessible. Oh, it's booked too.
Apparently
What's
it's-
the name of it? Do you know?
I don't remember.
It's just a private campground now.
Yeah.
It's a great spot too.
Yeah. So we're
Okay.
looking at Lake George. We're looking at the White Mountains, New Hampshire.
Oh, God. For that weekend.
Last
right?
year we stayed at Moose Hillock,
Okay.
which is like a really nice resort as
Yeah.
well. And so we're looking at that. There's one of those in Lake George. There's one of those in New Hampshire. So we're just looking at a whole bunch of different options.
So the 4th of July is a Tuesday. So that whole weekend then is the typical 4th of July weekend.
That's why it's all booked up.
It'll be nutty.
right
Yeah.
from June 30th through to the 4th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts.
I don't think I'm going down that weekend.
So we're trying
I'm not
right
going to
now.
fight it. Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
trying now, but like if it's just one family, it's not a big deal. But there's like 3 families, and then
Yeah.
you know.
Oh,
we're-
that's right. You
we've-
got to travel with.
We've kind of opened it up to others if they want to come.
you got to travel
friends
with
and
your
stuff.
in-laws, right?
But good luck.
Yeah.
You got to travel with your wife's family, eh?
The kids have fun. Like it's all the
Yeah.
cousins together, and they just have a great
Right.
time.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be
That causes
challenged.
problems, though, for booking things.
You'll
It does.
have,
It's a nightmare
opportunity.
when you're trying to book things.
Exactly.
You'll have
We
an
have
opportunity
opportunities.
to book.
We have booking
Yeah,
opportunities.
booking opportunities.
Insurmountable.
Maybe insurmountable booking
Yeah, that's true.
opportunities.
Not only that, like we went last year, right? And we stayed in Saranac, and the outrageous price of hotel,
Yeah, no kidding.
it was like $375 or something American.
Well,
and that was
just-
on the lower end.
Just the camping is like $120 a night now or something
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
which is ludicrous,
At
right?
some places, yeah.
Like I'm essentially bringing my own accommodations, and I'm buying wet wood.
That's like, it sucks.
That's what she said.
But you got to find the state. The state campgrounds are nowhere close to that. But I guess if they're booked, right?
Yeah.
Like a state campground can be $35 a night.
Yeah.
But the stupid KOAs, could be $100.
Well, the problem
Stay where we
is not
stayed, Duff.
everybody camps, right?
Yeah.
So we go to these
need the
resort-type
cabins
places
and
because
stuff.
somebody's renting a cabin,
Yeah.
somebody's in a tent, we have our
Yeah.
trailer,
Yeah.
like...
Where did we go?
We
What was that
went
called
to.
again?
Oh God, it was Bear Lake? No,
No.
I don't know. I can't remember.
That was nice though.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
So that was perfect. That was like $30 a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
So tell us about your cross-country trip with your,
Yeah. So
with your
we're-
son and wife.
It's funny you mentioned the camping because I downloaded the KOA app, as you can see.
Yeah.
And we are planning to do KOA cabins for. In fact, I booked them for like the first 5 days.
That's awesome.
All
Yeah.
the way down to California, eh?
First night. This is what we have so far.
Route 66 trip.
Route 66, baby.
Oh, okay.
So this is what we have for the first 5 days.
Yeah.
Night 1, Port Huron, Michigan.
Nice.
Drive, camp in a KOA cabin.
That's a long drive.
8 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good drive, yeah.
Day 2, focus on Notre Dame University.
Oh.
Football tour, general tour.
Are you going to
all-
wear your Notre Dame lacrosse sweatshirt?
I'm putting on my Rudy football jersey for that. It's going to be epic.
Rudy.
Night 2, a KOA in Missouri somewhere. I forget the name. And then the true start of the Route 66. So we're going to have a list of road marks, attractions, things
Going
to
to
do.
the Ozarks?
That's not really close to Route 66, no. That is a future trip someday.
So I guess it's all pretty much historic now,
Yeah.
that road. But
Yeah.
I guess for a while it was abandoned, and now
Yeah.
because of the tourist part of it,
Exactly.
it's kind of getting a
So
revival.
certain jurisdictions are
Embracing
realizing
it.
that opportunity.
Yes.
And they are grabbing the history. So they're basically, redoing sections. And
Yeah.
so it's not a continuous route.
No.
So you will have to take interstates from time to time or just other back roads. And then there'll be a celebrated section. Like they say, Oklahoma is amazing.
Yeah.
You can take the road for like hundreds of miles or whatever.
Oh, nice.
And we like the big, the giant lumberjack, the giant fish, all these things like that.
The cheesy stuff.
Yeah, cheesy stuff. Classic diners.
That's awesome.
They got key history spot, whatever, right?
It's kind of like Highway 7.
Yes, but
Across
a little
here.
better. Yeah, yeah.
A lot better.
Yeah. So, anyways, we've got the second night in Missouri. I think the third night, Illinois, then Missouri. Fourth night is Oklahoma. So it's kind of funny to think that in 4 days we'll be in Oklahoma, and then after that we go through northern Texas, and that's all we've booked for now. Because we're thinking we'll be done with the driving and the stopping all the time. So 2 days at a spa in New Mexico is the plan, like a hot spring spa, just to rejuvenate and get
What about
our
Nevada?
caliente on. So we've done
What about
Nevada.
Nevada?
We've done Nevada, I think,
Stay
12
at the
times.
Bunny Ranch?
With the
We've done
kids,
Nevada
though?
12 times.
With the kids?
Jack has been to Nevada twice.
Have you ever
Okay.
stayed at the Bunny Ranch?
So after the 2 days in
Take that
New
as a
Mexico,
no.
the plan would be one night between there and California, and then about 5 days in Santa Monica.
Oh, wow.
Santa Monica.
So you're
Oh,
gone.
that's nice.
You're gone for a good while.
3 weeks, baby.
I have
Wow.
been in
That's
Santa
why
Monica.
I need
That's
the
a lot
weeds
of weeding.
watched.
That's a lot of
why I
weeding.
need the weeds picked.
I have
Yeah.
been to Santa Monica.
And
It's beautiful.
better than the Bunny Ranch?
Well, it's different.
How so?
What do you mean, how so?
You
gonna
tell
make me
me.
explain it
You're
on
the one,
the
you're
podcast?
the one that's been to both.
No, I haven't been to the Bunny Ranch.
Oh, you're just
Yeah.
all talk.
I've only been to L.A.
Yeah.
What part?
We were in Huntington Beach.
Okay.
And
I've
then
seen that on my
I did
research.
the
Then we went to see who did we go see? Jay Leno.
Oh, cool.
I did
We
the
went and saw Jay Leno.
Okay, we might do stuff like that.
with
Yeah.
Taylor Swift was on when she
Okay.
was
Fun.
before she
Up
was
and coming.
she was a little country girl
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. And then
Okay.
we did the whole Salton Sea, kind of a big circle.
I would love to see
Around?
the Salt
It's
Sea.
awesome. It was
Well, there's
amazing.
nothing left now.
No.
Right?
Well, yeah.
Or no?
Well, there was still a lot of agriculture and stuff
Okay,
around
I
there.
thought it was like a desert now.
But I mean, this is like 12, 13 years ago.
There may not be any left.
Actually, 15 years ago, because it was right before our son.
Should
Okay.
do the Hollywood Hills tour on the tour bus.
Well, Santa
Should do
Monica.
that.
Santa
I did that.
Monica.
We went to Hollywood, and we
Yeah.
drove around on our own. We didn't do the tour, but
Well,
I did the tour.
As you know, we're tour people. We'll do a couple tours.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure.
a good tour. You go
Like
through
I don't
Hollywood
want to be.
Hills.
I don't want to be driving around.
I believe also you go
Huntington
through
Beach is awesome. But you're not going to LA, are you?
Well, we're going to Santa Monica, which is
Which
right
basically-
beside. It's all
yeah,
LA.
okay. Yeah.
Huntington
Yeah.
Beach is further southeast of Santa
Yeah.
Going
Monica.
to Compton?
Don't know.
No,
Probably not.
no.
I'm looking forward to parking the truck by that point, the F-150 studio, and then it's either walking or Ubers from at that point.
Yeah.
Like I'm not Like in fact, I'm anxious thinking about getting into that city.
It's
not that bad.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's the world's busiest traffic city.
The traffic, like, so we did a tour. We went down to San Diego.
Yeah.
And then kind of drove up towards the Salton Sea, and you go
Okay.
through all of these different climates. It's like almost, it's like oceanfront, and then it's
I
like
love that
tropical
stuff.
jungle, desert.
Yeah.
And then we did the Salton Sea, and then we
Okay.
went through, what is it? Not Palm Springs. There's a little town
Okay.
there that was like really, really big in the 50s and 60s and 70s. Like lots of Art Deco stuff. Maybe it's Palm Springs. I'm
It
not
is
sure.
Palm Springs.
Yeah.
I think
so
it's
we
Palm
drove
Springs.
through that,
Yeah.
which was phenomenal. But then we came back through kind of the other side of LA.
Yeah.
And it was like mid-afternoon, and the traffic was just absolutely batshit crazy.
That's what we're.
So we didn't even know if we'd make it in time to go like park the car, get to our hotel, and then make it to the Jay Leno
Yeah,
show.
we ended up driving from, I believe it was Santa Monica, over to, I think we went over to Burbank.
Nice.
And taking it along the highway along the coast or whatever. It
Coastal
goes
Highway.
around
I want to
Coastal
do
Highway.
that too.
And it was busy, but I mean, we were going right at rush hour.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
so I won't do
3
that.
o'clock, 4 o'clock. It took an hour and a half, I think,
No.
to get to.
I actually like driving. Like even when we go to New York,
I love driving.
City. Like I'll drive around New York City and just kind of check things out. It's a lot easier now with Google to direct you, so you don't end up in the wrong part of the city that you're in, kind of thing, because things can take a turn in a hurry.
Yeah.
Make sure you get to Venice Beach.
Venice Beach, I've read about. Looks.
We went there.
Yeah, it looks like a
Muscle
spot.
Beach.
Muscle Beach.
Yeah.
It's an interesting.
Again, if I can get there easily from wherever we stay, I'm up for that. I'm not going to be driving the F-150 studio through LA.
Yeah. Where are you
We'll
staying
see.
there? You don't know yet.
We're hoping for something in Santa Monica
Okay, right.
where the sun
really?
sets down
Wow.
on Santa Monica.
Okay, good luck.
Boulevard.
Santa Monica Boulevard.
Why do you say
What is
really?
that?
Like it's a weird place to stay?
Was
I
that
think it's-
Sheryl
I think
Crow?
it's very expensive.
Oh, you do you?
Well, everything's
I mean,
expensive
Santa Monica.
everywhere.
Come on.
Well, we're looking at
So-
places ranging from $220 a night Canadian to maybe $500 a night Canadian in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm not staying in some unsafe area, and we're gonna be spending our time in Hollywood and the beach in Santa Monica.
Well,
like
Hollywood is.
all that area is nice. Santa Barbara looks really cool too, but that's a little further out on its own.
But
right?
you could spend like a month there
You
and
could-
not see
some
half
limited.
of what you.
I know.
Like it's
Yeah.
just nuts.
Yeah. And I
But-
mean, we're not spending a lot on the way, right? We're KOA cabins are going to kind of allow us to bank up money
Right.
almost to then splurge when we're in LA for a few days.
I would highly recommend that drive that we did,
Yeah.
like going around down again.
But it's
down
more
San
south
Diego.
of LA, eh? Yeah,
Well,
see.
but it's not that far. Like
Yeah.
it was a 1-day thing.
Okay, maybe, but see, it's so hard to pick and choose, right? Depends how I feel. Like I'm all, piss and vinegar right now, but
The Salton Sea
Yeah.
and like the desert that
Yeah.
you kind of drive through
Yeah.
is just so cool. Like just going through all those different
Sure.
climates in one day.
I'm in.
It was
but I mean,
unbelievable.
it's just its energy levels, right?
Yeah.
Like
Well, you're gonna have a lot of driving in your
Yeah.
already in the
like
bank.
a ton. But like we just learned from Georgia, like there's a big difference between driving, I'd say 5 to 6 hours a day, and then driving like 8 to 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
If you can drive for 6 hours and be done way before dinner, I think that's crucial.
Yeah, well, it's like when we drive to Florida, right? It's like 12,
God.
13, 14-hour days
Yeah, that's too much.
to go, and you're
Yeah.
just exhausted
Yeah.
by the time you get to your hotel.
If it's the last day coming home, like our last day coming home, actually we split the drive, but they were long. I'm good, thank you.
Thank you. If I have any more, I'm going to have a coffee opportunity.
I'm jittering already. Yeah. Yeah.
I have lots
I can
of
see it now, though. This grand adventure,
that sounds like such a great trip.
It'll be structured for the first 10 days or so. And then we're looking at going up through the mountains to the Sequoias and all that. And you know where I really want to go, where we're going to go, is Lake Tahoe. I want to spend a couple days there.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's going to be one of these things. We wake up in the morning and we say,
just wing it.
Let's just get the fuck home.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
we drive 15 hours through Colorado and then 15 hours through Nebraska.
I lost my trip, I think, to Las Vegas.
Of course you did.
Remember I was telling you guys about that?
Yeah, I told you Dollars to Donuts that trip was never going to happen.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't do it.
I wanted to do it.
You should have did it. You just kept deferring it.
Yeah,
like Italy.
But there is a reason.
You got to go.
There's a reason.
There's never a reason.
Yeah.
Just do it.
There's a bit of a reason.
I don't think so.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, originally I wanted to go to Lake Tahoe.
This was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
when
I booked
trip.
it. Yeah. And I wanted to go to Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
But I thought, Vegas, because never been to Vegas.
Never been to Vegas.
Never been to Lake Tahoe either, but I thought Vegas would where my wife would want to go.
Oh,
but
God. We had the map out yesterday, and we're plotting it through. Got to the 2 days of the spa, and then I'm out with my finger. I'm going, Vegas is here. And we're like, are we doing Vegas again? And we look at each other, and we're like, no.
Well, you've been so many. I've only ever
so
been
many
once.
times.
Yeah.
I have never been.
It's I love it. But we're not going to waste even a day going there this time.
Yep, you might have the opportunity to go.
Check in with me in a few months. I'll be like, yeah, we're
going to Vegas. But you do have the opportunity to go there in April again, do you not? How's that coming along?
I do.
Yeah.
My mother's brother, my uncle, is having some tough times these days. So I'm not sure any of us want to be away.
Right.
For that reason. Yeah, so sadly, I don't think that trip's
That's
happening.
not going to happen. Huh?
No, that trip's not happening.
That's too bad.
But, I mention it because, one of my favorite trips to Vegas was last year, around that time of year. What a nice time to go. Because I've been to Vegas almost every month of the year, and half of them are friggin' too cold and half of them are too hot. April was perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect last year. Yeah. I think it was coming out of COVID, too. It was so nice to just go somewhere. It was 33 degrees during the day at the beach and like 10 degrees at night for walking.
How long is the flight?
If it's direct, it's like 5 or 6 hours, I think. It's far enough. Yeah.
Is it cheap?
Los Angeles is about 5-6
Nah,
hours.
it's 5 or 6.
Yeah.
It's similar.
Yeah.
What's that?
How, the flights are cheap-ish?
It depends. If you can... They weren't that cheap last year, if I remember. They're not that cheap, no. Not right now. But in the fall, Flair Airlines is adding an Ottawa-Vegas route for
wait a second.
for $160.
I wouldn't trust them, though.
I would.
Really? They just had 4 planes grounded because they didn't pay the bill.
Flair?
Yeah.
I wouldn't fly Flair.
No?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that terrifies me.
Really?
Yeah.
Ottawa to Vegas for $160.
Exactly.
Well, you ask about deals, there's your deal. Yeah.
Yeah. But they didn't pay their lease, so
So what happened?
4 planes couldn't take off.
Well, I think they're
Stranding passengers.
actively flying though. Still.
They were still with their other, but there was 4 of them that they didn't pay the lease on. So the president or whatever said it was a technical issue.
Oh well.
But
So no, I have plans in progress for sure. It's good to hear you're considering Italy.
Yeah,
JB's
that's next year.
off to Kenora. That's fantastic.
So
Maybe.
we're getting a little long in the tooth. We didn't talk about any sports.
Let's save sports for next week then.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot going on, right?
You know what? Like, I've never watched so much friggin' sports. Like, in the variety of sports. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys watched the World Baseball Classic, but there was
I didn't
some
watch any of
excellent
that.
baseball there.
I don't watch baseball.
I
I
didn't
watched
watch it.
that, and I know you guys don't watch curling. There's been epic curling going on lately. NCAA March Madness. My God. 3 things you guys probably don't watch at all, okay? March
no.
Madness, curling, and the baseball.
But I did see somewhere,
Unreal.
correct me if I'm wrong, that for the first time ever, I believe in their history,
Yeah.
was it Southern Florida University?
Princeton?
Not
Princeton had a good run.
No. Southern Florida University or something
yeah.
like that has made the Final Four.
It's not Southern.
No, what is it?
FLA Atlantic.
Yes, Atlantic. That's right.
So they won last night.
Yeah,
They're
so
a
then
ninth
the Final
seed.
Four. Yeah.
Ninth seed team, which is pretty well. It's Anyways,
well, anything could happen.
Unexpected based on the ranking to get into the Final Four.
Yeah.
My favorite upset was Princeton. Princeton was a 15 seed that beat a 2 seed in round 1, and then beat another high seed in round 2, and then lost out in round 3. And I had some skin in the game. I always do like a nice pool.
Oh, okay.
I actually labeled it Cop Car Coffee.
Nice.
Should have checked with you guys first. But so I won money last year. I think I was second place. I won a nice bit of cash. But my pick this year, Duke, had an early exit.
No.
It's been fun just to watch, but I'm not in the money. We are not in the money, I would say.
We are. Yeah. I doubt I'd see any of that money.
But real quick.
They're not sharing.
Yeah.
He's not sharing the show perks,
No.
apparently.
No, exactly.
No. And you're not getting my coffee from Starbucks.
Yeah.
Or my maple syrup from Mariani's maple
What?
syrup
Yeah, come on.
sponsor.
Come on now.
Anyways,
That's not nice.
the quick thing about the NCAA is you guys probably have an image of basketball, and it's probably the NBA image. It's
No.
like a different friggin' sport, man.
Yeah.
The college, it is different.
I've watched.
Like, so 40-minute games, 20-minute halves. These guys are giving it their all. It's like junior hockey. Like, they're constantly, they want to
make the NBA.
They want to make the NBA.
Yeah.
Well, there was a
They
Canadian.
give it everything.
There's a Canadian kid on
There's a whack
Princeton.
of them. Whack
on
of them.
Princeton. He was
Okay.
getting a lot of publicity.
Yeah. So what I love about that story is those guys. So here's the sad thing, right? You've got 64 of the
He's
best
16 years old.
got 64 of the best college teams in the world, right?
Yeah.
Playing basketball, and 2% of them make the NBA.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
even at
Yeah.
that level, it's ridiculous,
Yeah.
right? So these Princeton guys, they got the world by the balls, right?
Yeah.
They're going to graduate Princeton and get a job,
Yes.
right? They're going to do just fine, those guys.
Yeah.
And they're having the time of their life
Yeah,
playing basketball for a
exactly.
month, you know? Whereas poor old FLA Atlantic, I mean, I hope they
I
get a
guess.
degree and they'll do fine.
Yeah,
But none of these guys are going
Probably
to the
not going
NBA.
to. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the same
Well, you
thing for
never know.
hockey,
It
right?
is, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You never
But
know, I guess.
It's just truly like,
Maybe one guy
like-
will get drafted.
but it's like amazing, right? To think at this level, so few of them will go on. And they're the best. They're the absolute best at this level.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's super fun to watch, really entertaining. And then you got the Jays are coming on.
Yep.
Coming on to a season opener this Thursday.
Oh, is that this Thursday?
This Thursday, St. Louis, 4 o'clock, I believe.
Okay.
And then
Are they playing in Montreal, or are they? No, not. They usually have an exhibition game before the
I don't
home
think
opener.
they are.
They're not doing that anymore.
No,
right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I do remember that.
I covered
though.
that one year. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got your rush to the NHL playoffs. Like there's no lack of things to talk about. And even locally on the junior front, friggin' Hull Olympics and Ottawa 67s are both top teams.
Yes.
Right?
They could meet in the Memorial
They
Cup, I
could.
suppose. You know that the 67s are
playing
actually
their games at this Slushy Center. Yeah, that is
Slush
cool.
Puppy Center.
Yeah.
In Gatineau, in Hull.
In Hull, Gatineau.
I've never been, but I've driven by a few times. But everybody that's told me they've
Says it's
gone
amazing,
in, it's
eh?
absolutely phenomenal.
I want to check it out. Yeah.
Is that the old Bob?
No.
No. This
This
is
a brand new one?
brand new
Oh,
one,
yeah.
like in like a totally
I
different
remember.
area of Gatineau.
I remember going to the old Bob Gertain Arena there, where the Hull Olympic
Like
played.
it puts everything in the area to shame.
Yeah. Okay. And I was in there. And I was covering
I
it
want
for
to check it out.
It's really high end.
Yeah, I was covering it for sports news, and you cannot get a shot because they used to have all these pillars going through the Bob.
Right.
So if you're up trying to get a shot of the game,
like all the old rinks.
you're panning across, and all of a sudden you're
Yeah.
like you're,
But
you're like
The
shooting the
form
pillar.
was like
Going
that.
to see a hockey game at the old Bob Gertain Arena
Yeah.
is like a blue collar fantastic experience.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just such a good time. Everybody's drinking, everybody's
Yeah.
loaded, they're
Yeah.
cheering, they're booing. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Great time. I miss those old school barns and going to the Forum with my dad when I was a kid. Like just there's nothing like it.
No, the form was great.
And there won't be again.
There's the minister that we shot the other day.
Yeah,
Filmed.
you thank you for clarifying that.
Jesus. See you guys.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well,
I mean,
all right.
it is called
Long
shooting.
in the tooth, you say? What do we
Yeah,
have?
I think we're done.
Pretty much
58.
it. Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
good
it's
episode.
good,
We
it's
got.
good.
We'll save our sports for next week, maybe.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
See if you guys are closer to committing to weeding the garden by then.
Okay, well, yeah. It's
So
good.
the
Give me a
show
week to
of
think
the
about
week
it.
is Last of Us, maybe?
I guess.
Go watch Last of Us.
On HBO.
On
of Us.
HBO.
The Last of Us.
I wonder if I have that one.
You have HBO?
I can't even keep track of what we have and what
Crave.
we don't. Is it a Crave show?
HBO.
HBO or Crave, or it's the same
Well,
thing?
Crave, I mean, you get, if you have Crave, then you have HBO.
I don't think we have Crave.
All right.
Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
Ugh, it's the last of this.
It's a TV
The
show
Last
based
of
on
Us.
a video game.
Let's make this
Good
the last
adaptation.
of this.
Last of this. Call
last-
car coffee. Oh God! On and on and on, you two.
That's awesome. It's like
God.
hitting the
Stop.
off switch. As soon as he says
Yeah.
it, we have to stop talking. That's
Jesus.
actually pretty good. You can kind of shut it down anytime you want.
Cup car coffee.
We're done.
That's true. I'm glad you don't keep
You're
talking after I say it.
Yeah, we were going on and on, but you solved that opportunity.
Yes.
Fun show.
A lot of
Who doesn't like talking about travel, eh?
Love it.
Oh.
And I still don't know why you didn't go to Vegas. You kept saying there were things.
I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
Yeah.